Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Just checking the streaming right here. Hello, hello. Wow.
This is how I learned AI in 2025.
Okay, I see people streaming in. Just a moment. Okay, yes, I can hear myself. You can hear me. Everyone just type in hi. Hello, hello. Or is it just me? Okay, let me just ask. Jiaxuan, can you hear me? Hi. Hi, everyone. Hi, Kev. Hi, Dawn. Yep. Sorry for the slight delay right here. All right, good evening, Diana. So just first of all, I'm here in Jeju. So right now is riding on this ABM Wi-Fi. So if there's anything happen in the middle of the session, so for private community, so you just go straight to Zoom. So for the public one, if you are just watch through YouTube, you haven't joined our private community, I would just encourage you guys, if you are interested, just join our private WealthPulse community to listen on a very interesting topic tonight. So I'll be speaking softer tonight because right now I'm in the same roof with my kid. My kid is sleeping right now. And just to show you guys, right now I'm in Jeju. Right now it's 9 p.m. It's all dark out there. And I kind of like don't want to disturb the rest of the Airbnb people right here. So I just speaking in the room. Okay, so for new guys, if you are just here in YouTube live, welcome again. So this is WealthPulse. We are from Goodwill. We are a group of technologists and educators who are really interested in investing, like to share financial education, personal finance to general public. So for across these years, we have been building ABC. So A for Good Academy, which is we have running courses, especially in Taiwan, and B, which is our Good Buddy. I'll talk about Good Buddy in a short while, and C, Google Community. So Google Community is all of you guys right here, whereby we share a lot more about how to manage our personal finance, and if you invest, how can we step by step up our investing game. So obviously, when it comes to investing, there's some misconception, there's some thoughts about or different thoughts about investing in different asset class. Should I invest in bonds? Should I invest equities? All of these tools are equal in a sense that all of these tools are, how to put it, so all of these tools have their pros and cons. It's not to say that bonds is a superior one, or equities is superior, or even crypto is superior one. So all of that assets class have their pros and cons and have their place in this assets worth. Yeah, basement dungeon is kind of all right. So without further ado, let's jump into what we'll be sharing tonight. All right. Okay, let me just wait a while and then let you guys see. All right, so topic tonight is what is team cooking? Yeah, so there's a recent news about Tim Cook shaking hand with Donald Trump, and in this news we see can Apple shine through storm of tariff, chips, and AI. So when I come to this topic, I didn't thought of actually maybe what is team cooking is not really an SEO title, but I think it's kind of fun title. So if you think it's fun title, and just type in yay or yes, it's fun, right? So instead of talking about boring investing topic or boring news, I just like to make some funs of news about investing so that we can make our life more interesting, just to put it that way. All right. Okay. So across since actually we start way before 225, and then we just readjust our tempo, momentum, and topic. So since 225, we cover topic like NVIDIA, TSMC, Lululemon, Meta, Google, Microsoft. There's a lot. But tonight we'll revisit some of the companies that we talk about it. So if you can zoom in this All right, so this is the sessions we talked about SOFI previously. All right, so if you feel that there's a bit lagging behind, there's a bit like a hiccup in between, not to worry, because at the same time also listening to my live, it's a bit like not smooth, I will put it that way. So tonight we will talk about what is team cooking, our Apple CEO is them doing. But for our private community, we will talk about SOFI. So in our previous session, SOFI dropped 40%. And I'm not sure whoever who are in this session, we did share like what have we done or what have we been preparing for this so-called like share price drop. Yeah. So congratulations for those who have take opportunity or do something about it. But for those who have not, you're asking when the share price went up so high at this moment, what should we do? Yeah, so this is a thing whereby we were talking about tonight in our private session. Yeah, so we will share how to join the private session, but these sessions will be shared by this gentleman, which is Jiaxuan. All right, so thanks Jiaxuan for supporting me in this session because like right now I'm in Jeju, so I have to round it up to the recording. All right. Okay. There's a connection unstable right here, but it's fine if there's unstable. You just watch it. I will just continue to do it. All right. So just an update on our fear and greed index right now is at 58, still in a greed zone, and right now it's still like testing the upper limit right here. So if you watch the graph right now, it's going testing the upper limit, and let's see whether there is any upcoming news. For example, our interest rate, our earnings calendar can continue to push up our SPY index. Yeah, so from last week we covered Palantir. Lemon is also like giving a very good result for investors. And then for Duolingo, if you have been following us about talking about Duolingo, yeah, Duolingo is having good news. Trade Desk having some hiccup. So if you are interested in Trade Desk, just type in the chat so that we will cover it maybe in the future session. Yeah, Shopify as well. All right, so these are so this week we have Oklo, which is the what do you call the what is the Hedian is what? Hedian, what is it called? Hedian is like nuclear energy. Sorry, nuclear energy. So nuclear energy. Yeah. So if you are interested in nuclear energy, Oklo is the company, and C Limited, which is Shopee. Shopee also just announced their earnings. I haven't had time to look at it yet, but what I heard is like C is like sharing very good result, especially in their Shopee Money, which is money right now. Yeah, so for those who know about Circle is a so-called a crypto relevant company. Yep, and later at the week we have JD, AMAN, Birkenstock. So these are the companies that will be covering their earnings soon. All right. Okay, on holding not bad. Yeah, I'll agree. So Julie, hi, good evening. So we have like close to 100 people right here. So if you are here, everyone just type in hi, just give us a likes. Yeah, just interact with me. All right. So why is this a very great community, a very healthy community? Because we celebrate for each other. So yeah. So 胡烧八道之一部, which is one of our community member right here, which if you see in the chat, there's one of the member right here. So if you like to share, you are this person, you can just type it's me. All right. So he made like 38% in Lemonade when they announced the earnings, and then there's another community member sharing his result is 100% better than the user. 100%. Yeah, so it's far more better than the rest of the user. Yeah. So this is like 400% from their returns. All right. So if over the mic you can hear my kids are crying, that I will be speaking softer right now. All right. So it's 100% better. All right. So if you like to join our community, make sure that this is our community. So just go to community.goodwill.com. All right, and scan this QR code and join us in our community. Or if you are like wanting to keep track of your personal finance, just check out this good buddy. All right, so this is our good buddy. So let's jump straight to the topic of the night. So the semicons, Intel, NVIDIA update. So there's a big news happening last week, and let's get to it. Yeah. So first news, Intel CEO got pressure to be fired, but there's a bigger problem. Intel CEO got pressure to be fired, but there is bigger problem. So if you like to find out what is the bigger problem, just type in a question mark. What is the bigger problem Intel is facing other than that? Yeah, Intel CEO got pressure. Yeah, just type in question mark. Yeah, not easy now. Yeah, actually, right now I'm speaking in my Airbnb. My kid is sleeping, so right now I'm speaking softer. Yeah. So thanks, Jax. What's the problem? Question mark. So Nelson, team cooking. So what's on Apple menu tonight? I'll be covering in a short while. Yeah. Intel CEO just on March of 2025. Exactly. But there's a bigger problem. So what is the bigger problem right here? So there's a lot of news covering like Trump's calling for Intel boss to resign immediately. Yeah. So what's the bigger problem right here? So they're finding out. Actually, they already know like Intel CEO like Tam Lip-Bu. So he's a Malaysian. So he's a very big name in semicon industry. So he's previously one of the Intel personnel. So what happened is they have found out, or they already know that Intel CEO is have very close tie to some of the Chinese company. And this Chinese company is very closely linked to our Chinese Communist Party. Yeah, so in other words, he is very close to China. Yeah. So he's very, very, very annoyed. Trump is very annoyed with this issue. All right. Okay. So Trump doesn't like anything that relate to China or too closely to China, especially in semicon or chip industry. So in this regard, so they have to ask Intel CEO to be fired. And to more specifically, if you just look at the senator writing a letter to Trump, right? Reuters have more so-called more insightful numbers lah. So Reuters has identified there's 20 investment from Tam Lip-Bu, which the firm name called Warden. There's a joint owner from all these Chinese government fund that has a lot of investment into Chinese company. So Trump definitely doesn't like this. Yeah. So in this regard, so Intel got to find another CEO or have Tam Lip-Bu to sell away all these Chinese company. So there's only these two resolutions. Yeah. So what do you think? Would Intel find another CEO, which is option 1, or Tam Lip-Bu sell away all these Chinese investment, which is option 2? What do you guys think? 1 or 2? Which is selling away all the thing, which is option 2. Yeah. So CEO find another one, which is option 1. Yeah. So Kun say option 3, buy put. Yeah. So it's either option 1 or option 2. Yeah. But I will agree with Kun. Actually, it's not option 1. It's not option 2. Actually, the biggest problem is really the option 3, which is Intel have a bigger issue, which is they have not been solving their sales issue. In other words, their product issues. Okay, Dor also said option 3. Yeah, Kev said option 1 means to find another CEO. Even if find another CEO, right, I don't think they can solve Intel issue right now because they really have product issue, they have team structure issues, they couldn't find their star product right now. Yeah. The fire genie said option 3, try their best to make Trump happy. All right. Okay. So this is the first thing what I thought is Intel CEO got pressure to be fired, but I think the bigger problem right here is this: they really have sales problem, they have product problem. All right. Second thing that I want to share tonight is we thought NVIDIA is being allowed to sell to China, which is announced earlier, and turns out that Trump won a pie of the revenue, top line, and after I found out, right, I thought this is just a pinch of salt for NVIDIA, and I'll share with you what I think and why I think it's just a pinch of salt. Yep. So the news right here, right? NVIDIA and AMD 15% of their chip revenue, right? But what I watched on the news out there, I think right now the face is Jensen Huang, which is NVIDIA, and AMD is just following behind. All right. So let's get to this news again. So earlier, NVIDIA has already got green light from Trump or even the US government to sell some of the chips or so-called lower grade chips or not so advanced chip to the Chinese so-called counterparts. And yeah, so we thought, hey, good news for NVIDIA. And NVIDIA right now can increase their revenue to sell to China. But the problem is, even if they allow them to sell to China, they need to take 15% cut. And initially, Trump won 20. But I think maybe Jensen Huang have the skill to negotiate with Trump. I guess it's kind of hard to negotiate, but I don't know how he negotiate. He negotiate 15%. So imagine top line 15%. US don't need to do anything. Whatever you sell China, I just take 15%. Wow. I thought Trump is really, is it called, in Chinese called 狮子开大口, which is the lion open mouth very big. They just want to take a lion bite on NVIDIA revenue. But let's see further. I think actually this is just a pinch of salt for NVIDIA at this current stage. But before that, actually NVIDIA, after they please Trump, right, they also need to please the Chinese government. Why? Because right now, let's say NVIDIA represent US, right? Imagine right now your chip is produced by US government per se, and right now US have control on all these chip, right? Chinese government also worried that their data will got linked to this US government. Yeah, so I think they are just playing this like mind game lah. But let's say if they are okay with all this product, there's no like hanky-panky behind. Let's look at why I think it's just a pinch of salt. So let's say, or just assume right now, the China market, all are their so-called H2O chip. No, H200 chips right now. Yeah. So let's say the China portion right here, if you look at revenue by geographical, right now is at around 20 billion. So US, they have 100, and so-called NVIDIA, they have 150, close to 150 billion revenue. 20 billion is from China. So 20 divided by 148, right? It's just around 13%, 13%. So right now, China just stand a very, very small percentage in terms of like their total revenue. So even just taking 13%, right? And then we just take 15%, right? It's just 2% of revenue. At the current, I just assume at current 2%. So I think at this current moment, it's really just a pinch of salt. And right now, what they are looking at is actually getting a bigger pie or bigger revenue from China. So even though they have to pay 15% tariff or tax or whatever they call it to US government, if they can simply double their revenue from like the China region, so 20 billion to 40 billion, it actually is a big push on their revenue growth. Right? So I think at the current stage, right, let's say NVIDIA like to grow their so-called chip sales, right? It's better to grow like in terms of hardware, so-called like in entrance, maybe give up some of the profit margin, and in the end they can capture the bigger part of the world to adopting their chip and maybe their software. Yeah. Because yes, NVIDIA is selling their hardware, but they're also pushing out their software at the same time. But they are not selling software at the moment. Huh? So hardware is their revenue generator. So let's say if software could like capture the bigger market, maybe software revenue would be their so-called their continuation of their revenue. Yeah. And let's look at NVIDIA. If really all their revenue is from China, are they afford to pay this 15%? So if you look at this net profit margin, right, at this current moment, 50% profit margin. So by 50%, just taking away this like maybe 15 to 20%, they can still make like 20-30% of profit margin. Yeah. So what they need to do right now is really to maintain their profit margin at this current moment, and then maybe share a bit of profit to US government, just to get entry to the China market, just to please both sides of the world. Yeah. The UN state revenue is dropping. No, it's still growing. It's still growing. Yeah. Yep. So high about Tesla. Yep. So if you look at their US revenue, it's still growing. It's still growing. Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about the lesser looked after brother or even sister, which is AMD. So AMD, if they got slapped by this 15% revenue, right, or this like tariff, right, actually for China, so-called for AMD, right, they sell more of their chips to China. So if you look at this like 6 billion upon this 25 billion, right? So if I'm not wrong, it's close to like 30, like 20+%. Let me just calculate again. 6 bi by 25 is like 24%, like 25%. So they have 25%. So it's double like the percentage compared to NVIDIA. Yeah. So at the current moment, so 20%. So all right, so 25% got taxed like 15%. Okay, but the moral of the story right here is they have to grow faster in China. But does it mean there is a two pinch of salt for NVIDIA or AMD? Sorry. What I thought is a bit different because right now, right, if you look at AMD, right, their profit margin is still very thin. So 15% is kind of big portion in terms of their so-called like business life. Yeah, so I think for AMD is like in kind of more difficult situation. So they really have to grow much more in terms of like China revenue so that they can get economic skills and even they got that 15%, their net profit margin still able to sustain. Yep. So let's wrap up for this second piece of news, which is we thought NVIDIA selling to China is a good thing, is a win, but Trump slapped with 15% tariff. But I think for NVIDIA is a pinch of salt because if they can still grow with their healthy profit margin, they can grow far more better in China. Yeah. So I believe NVIDIA is in a better positions compared to AMD. All right. So I see quite a bit of people right here online. So if you are here online, Aaron, just give me a love right here. Just give me a love. Just hit some love right here. And I'll go to the third piece of you. Aaron, just give me a love. Yeah, let me just give me a love right here. All right. All right. Thank you, Aaron. All right. Yeah, just to make sure the line right here is stable and I can continue to talk. So what you see right here tonight, I'm not playing any video. I just make very minimal changes so the line is stable. I can circle share what I put share and then pass over to Jiaxuan, sharing a very, very big topic tonight, which is SOFI earning. Yeah, thank you, Adam. Yep, Sunday Talkers. Yeah, you're not missing anything yet because right now I'll sharing you the main topic of the night, which is the title of the night. What is team cooking? Our Apple CEO TO. What is he cooking? Well, when I first watched the news, or I first learned about the news where he go to White House purposely to send a token of appreciation. I was just, what? All right. But before that, let's come to this. So ChatGPT 5 is live. So yeah, and I've been using ChatGPT, but when 5 is launched, I'm not using it as much because I'm traveling right now. And then right now I'm in Jeju. Although I'm in Jeju, my mobile so-called network is using this thing called eSIM. And what I learned about eSIM, right? Actually, eSIM in Asia market, right? Close to 90 to 95% is from all this like Chinese telco company, and they're based in Hong Kong. And the problem with all these Chinese telco, right? They could not access ChatGPT. So my phone right now is 10 times number because I cannot use ChatGPT on my phone. Yeah. So and when I went to like Jeju Airport, right? Jeju Airport, when they offer all these telco, right? The same telco plan, right, is at least 3 to 4 times more expensive. And I was thinking, I don't think the 7-day usage of ChatGPT worth the $20-$30 because I'm paying $20-$30 for ChatGPT for 1 month. Why I need to pay another $20-$30, right, just to use ChatGPT in Jeju? I said, forget it lah. Never mind. These 7 days I will live without ChatGPT. All right. So just a quick sharing with you guys lah, the things that I face in Jeju. Yeah. So and Elon Musk have his own thought about ChatGPT as well. So Elon Musk thought OpenAI is going to eat Microsoft alive. Yeah. So what does this mean? It's all about ChatGPT is going to another fundraising, and then yeah, Microsoft is going to give out some cash again. Yeah. The internet in Korea not very cheap one. No, it's very expensive. If I'm not wrong, right, the 7-day internet connection, right, is close to $30. $30. So I'm not going to pay that. I just pay some eSIM is like $10. So why I'm going to pay? I don't want to pay that. Yeah, so Korean not talking, just the eSIM that I'm using, right, is from some Chinese telco. So yeah, I cannot use that. 30 Sing dollars lah. Yeah, 30 Sing dollars. Yeah, so it's in single term lah. Yeah. All right. So yeah, so Apple sending gift to Trump. In short, I think Apple just want Trump. Don't text them. So let's come back to this. What is team cooking? And cook or team cook is not just serving a dish, it's serving a platter of jobs, money, and stock market frenzy. I'll share with you in a short while which are the stocks that got affected by just Apple visiting Trump. If you like to find out this company, everyone just type in 10, stand for 10 companies. So there's 10 companies being disclosed or being shared in a short speech in White House. Yeah. stock market up. Yeah. Yeah. So what is Tim Cook cooking? Or is Tim cooking? He's definitely serving a platter of job market and stock market frenzies. Yeah, everyone is cheering this few company. All right. So actually, there's this question being asked lah. Is it possible to produce iPhone in USA? Is it possible that iPhone able to produce the whole phone? And iPhone is no longer written designed by or designed in US. You can just write made in US. So if you look at your phone, I think somewhere previously they said designed in US or designed by US, or California. So right now the question is, can iPhone 100% made in US? So come on, say Trump robbed Tim Cook. It's not Tim Cook, it's Apple. It's all Apple shoulder. So Apple shoulder, if you are there, you definitely have to watch this closely. And Toa say, no, it's really hard to all made in US. I kind of agree, but let's listen through and watch through how Tim Cook go through this crisis lah. Because definitely Trump won things made in US, but more importantly, what Trump really wants. Right. So for reduce the model cost should require subcontract. Yeah. So if you guys are interested, right, go watch through these two clip that I shared here. So this clip one is from PBS, is all shared by Trump, which is Trump point of view. Or you can just go to CNBC, you look at what Tim Cook shared. So you can see how Tim share his perspective and how Trump claim credit. Yeah. So 5G, maybe 5 or 6 times more expensive. Yeah, possible if everything need to make in US. When money can settle, nothing is problem anymore. USA major person will not let go back factory work again. Yeah, waiting for Apple to drop the I Umbrella Pro Max. Well, what is that product? This storm better come with an Apple cap. Scott, wow, you are rubbing salt. So actually the first news that Tim Cook or even like Trump Cook claim credit is, so right now initially Apple have already committed 500 billion capital investment in US. So right now they increase another 100 billion, so it's 600 billion. So this is things that Trump like to listen. 600 billion capital investment means money stay in US, and this money, the major so-called like objective is to do this, create job for Americans. So there's, I think it's in Texas or Detroit, Michigan. So there's this like Apple Academy, something along the line, which is to train up the so-called like the workers in US, and to train these workers in US so that they can do the job to create the products in US. So this is the first thing that Trump like it, which is you are training US so-called like citizen, you are creating job for US. Yeah. So what is Tim cooking? The first thing, cooking more jobs. All right. And second thing, like what you guys said, like all these phones are not like single-handedly produced by Apple. There's a lot of suppliers, there's a lot of manufacturers behind Apple. Yeah. So in the news itself, so-called Tim Cook have mentioned that he has signed with 10 separate companies, which is to bring up US capability to produce their product, so-called produce their equipment or so-called parts in US. All right. So what are the 10 companies? Actually, when he announced these 10 companies, some of the companies their share price got moved. Yeah. So these are the 10 companies. Yeah. So first you have Corning. Corning is like the glass lah. And then actually Corning get the most attention. Later I'll show you why Corning get the most attention. And Coherent, Global, Waffle, America, Amex, Applied Materials, Texas Instruments. So if you know about like Morris Chang, TSMC, TSMC, the founder, you know why TSMC start TSMC, because Texas Instrument don't want to let him be the CEO. Yep. So this is the problem why Texas Instrument have this issue. If they have cut Morris Chang, maybe Taiwan will not have TSMC. Maybe I was saying maybe, I don't know. Yeah, so they have to sign with Samsung, Global Foundries, Emco, Broadcom. So Broadcom is one of the very, very big companies. So if you have invested in Broadcom, congratulations, you have been riding some of the earnings. And one company which is MP Material. So these are the 10 companies. So tonight I'll be like just talk lightly about these two companies. Yep. So first company is this Corning. Why Corning got so much attention is because so Tim Cook have not just like shared that moving forward all their iPhones and also their so-called Apple Watch would all use Corning glass. So they have give all this support for this like Kentucky manufacturer. This manufacturer based in Kentucky and they especially raised this in their press conference, like creating this token, which is the glass thing, for President Donald Trump as a token. And this is made by Corning glass, and then it fixed it on this gold bar, which is a 24K karat gold that is produced in Utah. So this is a clear showmanship by our president or the CEO of Tim Cook to give face to Trump, I would say. Yeah. So Tim is very happy with that. So very happy with the Corning glass thing, and also very happy with the 100 billion additional so-called investment where he can claim credit, and also all the upcoming job it brought about with this additional 100 billion job. So Apple coming to protect country. Wow, Towa, this is a very sensitive thing to talk about. I should not talk about this here. So after it announced, the share price shot up by 7%. So you see how powerful all this news about. I always thought, right, all this implementation of policy and stuff, right, is it's more by the Chinese government, because Chinese government always have this like this thing which they are more a policy-centric market. Like China stock market, right? It's more a policy-centric market, which is whatever the government policy push for, right? The share market will go together. I didn't expect US market have this kind of effect, but apparently Corning is one of them. And another company that I would share, I haven't studied much about it, but I got shocked when I heard of this. So for even electronics or even all these like so-called more advanced product or chipsets, right? They need a lot of rare earth material. So later I'll talk about rare earth material. But if you guys have time, right, do look deeper into Corning. So one of the things about Corning is they not just produce like Corning glass. Actually, they also produce fiber optic. They also produce like all this glass, right, for those pharmaceutical products. So maybe if you guys are interested, then we could talk more about this company. But Tesla, the price of this product should be made more affordable, just as we want it or not, or can pay it for on a higher tariff. Actually, consumer, right, we just want cheaper product. Regardless tariff or not, we just want cheaper product. Yep. So the French say most rare earth are made in China, but particularly to this MP material, right, is in US. So I think after the news, right, or even before the news, right, actually there's some pre-M news that make this MP material right up. So Apple have commented that their raw material or rare earth material, right, you source from this company called MP Material. And this company, right, if you look at it, right, in a short span of like 3 months, right, it just tripled. If you say there's no insider in this, right, it's a bit hard to believe. I don't know. I shouldn't put it that way, but I think definitely before Apple talk about this, right, definitely there's a lot more discussion. They've surfaced some of the discussion around between maybe some of the politicians and stuff like. Yeah. So if you go to like Quiver quantitative, so Quiver quantitative is the site whereby people talk about like the whales something, or people like Nancy Pelosi, what they invest and stuff like that. Yeah. So MP material is the rare earth material whereby Apple would purchase for them. So these companies, out of the 10 companies. So if you study enough in the supply chain, right, actually when we invest, right, we may not just focus on Apple. We can focus in some of the smaller companies we serve as a supply chain for Apple, where if they have like very strong economic mode, Apple is not their single clients. So these are the opportunities that we can look into when we talk about investing into companies. Yep. So Majani said, wow, triple for MPs. Yeah, so actually tonight, right, or even like this few days, this few weeks, there's a lot of companies that are talking about like TradeDash, Shopify, Duolingo. Yeah, so but our times are limited. I couldn't cover as much. And if you look at Reddit share price ran up very, very well. If I think it's just because they sell their data to not just Google, ChatGPT and stuff like that. So if you talk about AI, right, or the AI result or AI search result from Google, right, they draw a lot of reference from Reddit. Yep. So Reddit is not just for Roaring Kitty, which is the Wall Street bet. So if you like to talk about Reddit, also just let us know. We can talk about it in our upcoming session. So in the next 20 minutes, we will talk about SOFI inside out. So how to go into the SOFI session. All right. So if you have the link, just go to link. All right. Just join our Zoom right there. All right. Or else I will paste the link right here. So I also put the link right here. So you can just go to just click on this link, go to your communitygoodwill.com, and Jiaxuan will be sharing with you right there. So if you haven't joined us on WealthPulse, just go to click.goodwill.com/join.wellpulse. All right. So this is our public session for those on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Reminder, just give us some good so-called good comment if you like this. Just type in any comment. Just give us a like. Remember to subscribe our channel, follow our channel, and then you have some snippets later on for all the videos. Remember to watch it, like it, comment it. And then thank you very much for supporting this channel. And then yep. So for the next 20 minutes, just go to this WealthPulse, and so Jiaxuan will be waiting you right there. Yeah. So like, subscribe, and follow. Yeah. Thanks, Celine. All right. Yeah. So I'll just wrap up in the last few minutes right here, and then you guys just flow over to Jiaxuan session. All right. So for those who are on YouTube right here, so if you like to join us on WealthPulse, just go to click.goodwill.com, and then you can just like start with this 1 month complimentary session. And if you like it, you can just subscribe with 1 month is 990 USD lah. And in this private session, we will talk a lot more about investing, especially much more about the fundamentals of companies, why we look at this company, how to analyze company, and what we see in this company, stuff like that. Yeah, bye-bye, Fire Journey. Yep. So if you have not joined us, this is the QR code or this is the link. Just click on the link and then join us right there. So there's a 1 month so-called complimentary for you guys. And then just like enjoy the 1 month. And then if you like it, it's just $9.90 per month. Yeah, thank you, Kun Kun. Yeah, just for those who are our fans in our WealthPulse, yeah, you can just go to the Zoom session right now. Right, and then I will join you guys in 1-2 minutes time. All right, thank you, JX. All right, thank you, everyone. Right. So once again, thanks everyone for joining. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe our channel, and then share us your thought by commenting in our video. Yep. And if you really like to share with people about like personal finance investing, you can share our channels, youtube.com/goodwillchannel. All right, see ya. All right, see you at Zoom. Yeah, see you at Zoom. All right, everyone, just follow Zoom. See you at Zoom.